3, 2.
Hey, I'm Amy Reyes, and I was the guest speaker for tonight, and we went over kind of a variety of things, just a lot of what I see as a high school counselor, maybe some issues that the girls would be dealing with or are probably dealing with. We started our conversation with wellness, and they filled out a wellness wheel to kind of see the different areas, their sense of worth, sense of control, realistic beliefs, sense of humor, exercise, nutrition, self-care, things like that, stress management. And in the end, what the girls ended up with was, a wheel, and either it looked really circular or maybe there was a flat spot in it, and we talked about kind of setting goals to make sure that those areas that need improvement are addressed. We kind of jumped into next the bullying, and the girls talked about the different roles that a person can play in a bullying situation. So a bully and a victim are a bystander, and we talked about what happens when the bystander becomes an upstander, and that person is then the game changer. So we went over some ways that students can be upstanders, and how that would really change our world if everyone was able to be an upstander. That was one of the things. We had a time where the girls were able to write down questions, and I answered those questions after our snack. There were kind of some common themes that came up with the questions. One was what to do in a situation when someone is bullying, is gossiping. We talked a lot about empathy, and how having that ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and walk that path that that person is walking is very important. And if a person does have that empathy and can put themselves in that walk of life, that will naturally lead to more kindness and more love being spread. Another thing that we talked about with the questions was kind of how I termed it was the dominant discourse, and maybe other students saying, this is how other people see me, so I'm just an athlete, I'm just a band geek, I'm just whatever, and how you do not have to live according to that dominant discourse, and how you're the author of your own story, and you have the strength within yourself to write your story however you want to write it. If there's something that you don't like about it, you can change that. And it takes a lot of time and effort, but is definitely worth it in the end. That was pretty much it. Am I missing anything?
Can you share a couple scripture passages that you use to kind of incorporate some of your lessons tonight?
Sure. One that I used, and it's probably my favorite scripture, was 2 Corinthians 12:10, and that is, when you are weak, you are strong. And I just use that for you're going to go through a lot of hard times in your life, and only when you admit, I'm weak, I need help, and only God can give me that help, are you able to really be strong, because then you're accepting of that help, and you're accepting that I do need God in my life. Another one, I'll have to look it up, when we talked about the bullying, I shared the verse John 13:34, a new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another, even as I have loved you, that you love one another. And I think that's, in a nutshell, what everyone needs to do, and that's how we can make the world a better place. When we show love, we show respect, we're upstanders, we take care of one another. Talked about the WWJD, the What Would Jesus Do, and how if we really can model our lives after Jesus and what he taught us when he was here on earth, this world would be a much better place. Ephesians 4:29 was another one. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths. Do what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. So that one with the bullying and gossiping, things like that. And then John 16:33 was another one that I shared, because that one was the one that I'm not sure exactly how it goes, but in a nutshell, it's kind of, in this world you will have troubles, but take heart, for I have overcome the world. And that things will be challenging and very tough on earth, but earth isn't our ultimate goal. and our ultimate goal is to be with God and to be in heaven, and that's where everything will be made right, but we have to keep fighting the good fight here on earth.
Okay, thank you for sharing your resources today, Amy.
Thank you.